be thinking, well, that's what you believe. You're mixing history with what you believe. No, I think historically, and I don't want to get into it because I only have like a half hour left, but historically, if you look at his life, his sayings, they all speak more to the confirmation of his, what is considered the traditional message of Jesus as Messiah. Any evidence to the contrary of that is, to me, is more speculative. It's interesting, but historically there's not a lot of evidence to it, and I could get into that at another time. But just put that, I know that's a big that's a big caveat, but just put that aside for a second and just think about what I'm saying. We have the problem of Jesus is because of his exclusive message. So the problem here, and the paradox to reconcile, and that fluid line that needs to be walked between universality and exclusivity, is your response to Jesus. Now, that doesn't mean, all right, Father, I accept your gift of Jesus to me, and now I'm going to live like a crazy fundamentalist Christian. No. You can accept, you can accept God's gift to you of Christ as a sacrifice that sort of blows open the door for divine nature to be just shared between you and your Creator. You can have that experience and nurture that experience throughout your life and not be a victim to this divisional type of thinking. Now, at the core of it, yeah, I guess you could say there's, in my mind, there is a division, in my perception, there is a division of those who are accepting of the gospel and those who reject it. But I'm not in a position to judge as to what the outcome of that is. But in fundamentalist Christianity, there are so many lines that are divided between what it believes and what the rest of the world believes, and what it believes is, irrefutable, and fundamentalist Muslims thinking the same thing, and probably Orthodox Jews thinking the same thing, and even extreme atheists thinking the same thing. And if you will, radical moderates, so to speak, that I'll put agnostics in because they're saying they don't know. Even they have their strict belief. It's sort of like, to give value to who you are because you want to identify yourself in one of these camps. Okay, I guess that makes me agnostic. So therefore, there's sort of this exclusive club that's kind of created that you can never know. Nobody knows. So we're the best. This is the best view to take. We don't know if God exists or not. Nobody knows. Who do you say you know? So you see what I'm saying? It's like no matter how you identify yourself, you're automatically creating lines of division. And that gets in the way of your own development and personal development and your public development. And because we are social creatures, that nature of who we are does need to be expressed out to someone else. I mean, I have flirted with the idea of celibacy because I've gone through times in my life where I've just done nothing but study the Bible and Greek text, Hebrew texts, all kinds of language books to help me get closer to an understanding of what is written in the Bible, and sometimes to try and figure out where did fabrications kind of sneak in, and where is the author's opinion sneaking in, and looking for threads that are consistent throughout the scripture that somehow remain outside of the effect of being manipulated by certain authors' opinions. And when I was doing a lot of that, I went through a period where I was just it didn't matter to me to be connected to anyone else. I could live this celibate life of just loving God, loving His Word, teaching His Word, and just loving. Just don't attach to anyone as your lover, but just be a lover to all, without any physical intimacy. And to be quite honest with you, that was quite remarkable in my life. I haven't stopped thinking about it recently, and I think just to let you in on this little personal note of mine, I kind of think God is sort of trying to get my attention of how much access we really can have to divine nature and communication with God and flowing in the energy of divine nature when we just focus on that and not look to manipulate and try to get with someone, try to fix some relationship or establish a new relationship with someone, or get on the web and try to hook up with someone who's whatever matchmaking things they have, or you're pining away because the relationship is lost and now nothing is going to be right again until you're together with someone else. And so I'm saying all that because I had my most extreme moments of divine inspiration, and some of you might just call that, well, you just put yourself into a frenzy, because we remember you when you were in that, state that you think was so great, and you were making some mistakes then. Yeah, we're all human, but I can't prove it to you, but my experience then, I had a 13-month period, was unlike anything in the rest of my life. So, just so inspirational. So, I felt so alive. It was almost like, I'm trying to explain, being blessed by the presence of God. It's indescribable. Let's see, if you've had one too many drinks, then think of it as, how you felt before you had that one too many. You're feeling pretty good. Or, you just got promoted in your new job, all kinds of extra money, you're getting all the respect in the world, you're creative in your job, and everything you're doing just seems like it's turning to gold. Okay? You put that kind of confidence with, just sort of this elated, feeling you can get by, certain substances. And I was sort of having that experience just almost continually. It wasn't, I'm not saying I went, 13 months at this sort of ecstatic state. But, oh my gosh, it was very frequent. And maybe I'm remembering it as being more frequent than it was, but I know this period was marked with strong, very strong, dramatic insights I would just get and I know it wasn't coming from me because I know who I am. I'm not capable of doing that. It would sort of be like I'd just be filled with sort of like this knowingness.